I was underwater, navigating an obstacle course of bodies, enjoying the strength of my legs frog-kicking back as my light blonde hair swirled around my face. Tiny bubbles trickled from my nose. I turned my head to peek at my best friend Tammy, propelling my 4-year-old legs to reach the short end of the pool before she did. That's when I bumped hard into a naked butt. "Ow!" a muffled voice yelled from above. Someone quickly yanked me up by one arm. Uh-oh. "What is this? A little tadpole ran into me." I peered into Paul's smiling eyes and saw he didn't mind. His 2 big hands gripped my armpits as he lifted me into the air and threw my slippery and tan body up and backward in a high arc. Splash! Forgetting all about my race with Tammy, I dog-paddled right back to him, wanting more. Again, I called out, breathless. The grown-ups in the pool with Tammy and me were near family. We'd spent every weekend together for as long as I could remember. While Mom and Dad played volleyball, Tammy and I were mermaids, swimming until our hands and feet pruned up. Some kids use goofy goggles and nose plugs, but not us. Our eyes got squinty in the sun and burned from chlorine, but that didn't matter. Not to us. We were mermaid girls. My light hair turned pale seaweed green. That proved I was part fish. When the sun dipped low and the shadows started to get long, Mom and Dad and the rest of the team came from the courts to wash off the sand stuck on their bodies. "Come on, Jelaine, time to go," Mom called out, waiting for her turn at the pool shower. Then she turned her attention to Betty, Tammy's mom. The 2 of them laughing with their heads close together like they were sharing the funniest secret ever. When they got like that, I knew I had more time. Tammy and I went right back to dunking our heads in the water and flipping our hair into big loops of stiff, green-tinged blonde and brunette crowns, a sign of mermaid royalty. We were having a good old time when Dad loomed over us, blocking what little sun was left. "I don't know what's wrong with you kids. You never listen. Didn't you hear your mom? Christ, I think you're all going deaf." I couldn't stand it when he started to yell. He got that way when his team didn't win. I wanted to duck my head so his words would fly right on over me. He could go on and on once he got started. I quickly grabbed my towel from the handrail at the pool steps and ran to the dressing room, my mermaid tail disappearing as soon as my feet touched the hot concrete. The dressing room was a bare floor with a wall of square wooden cubbyholes for personal belongings. I pulled out my yellow Sunday church dress with a giant sunflower stretched out on the front and matching bloomers. Mom used to dress Cindy and me alike, but once Cindy turned 9, she wouldn't have any more of it. She wanted to look like the 4 Platt sisters, the older ones who were teenagers. I don't think Cindy was ever like me. She was born a sassy teenager. Chucky had come in with the volleyball team and was already dressed. He was getting good at the game, so good I'd hear Dad yell, "Nice set," when he pushed the ball off his fingertips so Dad could smack it straight down. Dad didn't yell nice things at the rest of us. We didn't play volleyball. Chucky was named after Dad. He had the same stiff, dark crew cut. His teeth were crooked up front, and he wasn't a big talker. He kept to himself mostly, playing with his green army men, lining them up to do battle on the floor. Mom was happy when he started to play ball. It got him out of himself. Cindy teased Chucky sometimes because he couldn't spell. When they fought and he made the mistake of calling her stupid, all she had to do was say, "Oh yeah, then let's hear you spell surprise." And she knew she had him. Mom said this was because he saw his letters backward. That sounded more like a problem with his eyes, if you asked me, but no one ever did.